Have you ever felt like your mind is a tangled mess, jumping from one thought to another without ever landing anywhere solid? Maybe you're trying to solve a problem, but the harder you think, the more complicated it gets. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And there's a way out. Hi, I'm Jenny, your guide at CogniCode, and I'm here to share a little secret I've learned. The key to deep thinking isn't thinking harder, it's thinking simpler. Welcome to CogniCode, where we cut through the noise to help you live better, one clear thought at a time. Today, I'll walk you through 3 steps to unlock deep thinking by keeping it simple. Steps that'll help you focus, create, and find peace, no matter what's on your mind. So stick around, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's dive into why simple thinking is the real game changer. Let's start with a question. Why do we overcomplicate things? Picture this. You're sitting at your desk, staring at a blank page, trying to write an email. You want it to sound smart, so you start adding big words, extra details, maybe a few fancy phrases. 10 minutes later, you've got a paragraph that says nothing, and you're more confused than when you started. Sound familiar? That's the trap of overthinking. We think complexity equals depth, but it doesn't. Deep thinking isn't about piling on more ideas. It's about stripping away the clutter to find what matters. Scientists call this cognitive overload. When your brain's juggling too much, it shuts down. Studies show we make better decisions when we focus on fewer, clearer thoughts. So, how do we get there? That's what this video is all about. Now, let's set the stage. Imagine a guy named Mark. He's a regular dude, works a 9 to 5, likes his coffee black. Mark's got a big presentation coming up at work, and he's freaking out. He's got a million ideas, charts, stats, a flashy slideshow. But the more he plans, the less he knows what to say. He's stuck, spinning in circles, and the deadline's closing in. Ever been there? I know I have. Mark's problem isn't that he's not smart enough, it's that he's trying too hard. He's drowning in details when all he needs is one clear point. That's where simple thinking comes in. It's like a lifeline, pulling you out of the chaos. And today, we're going to throw Mark that lifeline with 3 steps anyone can use. Step 1's about focus, finding the signal in the noise. See, our brains aren't built to handle everything at once. Research from the American Psychological Association says we can only hold about 4 things in our working memory before it starts to crack. 4, that's it. So when Mark's tossing around 10 ideas for his presentation, he's not thinking deeply. He's just scrambling. The fix? Pick one thing, one core idea. For Mark, maybe it's show them the numbers that matter. That's it. No fluff, no extras. When you narrow it down, your brain stops fighting itself, and you can dig into what's real. It's not about dumbing down, it's about zeroing in. Simple doesn't mean shallow, it means sharp. Now, you might be thinking, Jenny, that sounds great, but how do I even start? Don't worry, we're building this together. Back when I was in college, I had this professor who'd always say, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it. Took me years to get that, but he was right. Whether it's a presentation, a tough talk with a friend, or just figuring out what you want for dinner, simplicity is your anchor. So step 1's your foundation. Pick one thing, hold it tight, and let the rest fall away. That's where deep thinking begins. Ready for more? Good, because in the next part, we'll take Mark's story further and show you how to turn that focus into something powerful. Let's keep going. So, Mark's sitting there, drowning in a sea of presentation ideas. His desk a mess of sticky notes and coffee stains. He's got 2 days left, and his brain's screaming, more details, more slides, more everything. But here's the twist. What if more isn't the answer? What if the secret to nailing this isn't adding, but subtracting? That's where step 2 kicks in. Build on your focus with clarity. Last time, we got Mark to pick one thing. Show them the numbers that matter. Now we're going to turn that into a lifeline he can actually use. Stick with me, because this is where simple thinking starts to feel like magic. Let's rewind a bit. Mark's presentation is for his sales team. They need to know why this quarter's numbers tanked. He's got charts for days, stats on every slide, a 10-minute rant about market trends ready to go. But when he practices, it's a disaster. He stumbles, forgets half his points, and even he's bored. Ever tried explaining something and lost yourself halfway through? That's Mark right now. The problem? He's got no backbone to his story. Too many branches, no trunk. Step 2 is about finding that trunk. Taking your one idea and making it crystal clear, so it sticks in people's heads like a catchy song. Here's how it works. Mark takes his core idea, show them the numbers that matter, and asks, what's the one thing they need to hear? He digs through the mess and finds it. Sales dropped because one big client bailed. Boom, that's his trunk. Now he's not rambling about trends or throwing up 50 graphs. He's got one number, one story. We lost 30% of our revenue when client X walked away. That's it. Clear, sharp, done. Research backs this up. A study from Harvard says people remember simple, concrete ideas 40% better than vague, complex ones. When you strip it down, you don't just think deeper, you connect deeper. Now, picture Mark standing in front of his team. He's not sweating bullets anymore. He says, last quarter, we lost client X. That's 30% of our sales gone in one hit. Pause. Everyone's listening. No one's checking their phones. Why? Because it's simple enough to grab them, but deep enough to make them think, whoa, what's next? That's the hook. Clarity doesn't just help you, it pulls others in. And here's the best part. Mark's not done. He's got room to grow that one idea, add a little meat without losing the bone. Step 2 is about building, not burying. It's Jenny here. I've been in Mark's shoes. A while back, I had to pitch a project to my boss. I walked in with a 10-page plan, ready to dazzle her with every detail I could cram in. Guess what? She stopped me 3 minutes in, said, Jenny, what's the point? I froze. Then I blurted out, we can save 20% on costs with this one change. She nodded. Okay, tell me more. That was it. One clear line saved me. I learned the hard way. Simplicity isn't weak, it's strong. Mark's learning it too, and you can too. So how do you do it? Start small, take your one idea, whatever you picked in step 1, and boil it down to a sentence. One sentence, 15 words max. Mark's is, we lost client X, and that's why sales dropped. Yours might be, I'm stressed because I can't say no, or my room's a mess because I hoard stuff. Doesn't matter what it is, just make it clear. Then test it, say it out loud. If it feels clunky, tweak it. If it flows, you've got your trunk. That's your anchor for deep thinking. Everything else grows from there. By now, Mark's feeling lighter. His presentation's taking shape. One slide, one number, one story. He's not scrambling anymore. He's building. But here's the catch. He's still got to deliver it, and that's where the real test comes. Can he keep it simple under pressure? That's step 3, and it's coming up next. We're not letting Mark, or you, off the hook yet. Let's see how this plays out. Mark's standing in the meeting room, lights dim, projector humming, his team staring back at him. 2 days ago, he was a wreck, drowning in ideas, no direction, panic setting in. Now, he's got one slide, one number, one story. We lost client X, and that's 30% of our sales gone. He takes a breath, lets it sink in. The room's silent, not the awkward kind, but the kind where you know something big's coming. This is it, step 3. Deliver with impact. Simple thinking's brought him this far, but can it carry him through the fire? Let's find out. The clock's ticking. 10 minutes to make his case. Mark starts slow. Last quarter, we hit a wall. He points to the slide. Just that one number, 30%, glowing red. This isn't about trends or bad luck, he says. It's about one choice client X made, and it gutted us. His voice steady, he's not rushing, not fumbling. Why? Because he's not juggling 50 ideas. He's wielding one, sharp as a blade. Step 3's the payoff. When you've focused and clarified, you don't just speak, you strike. Studies show simple messages hit 60% harder in high-stakes moments. Mark's living proof. But here's the twist. His boss cuts in, "Okay, Mark, why'd they leave?" The room shifts, eyes narrow, tension spikes. This is the test. A week ago, Mark would have panicked, thrown out a dozen half-baked theories, lost the thread. Not today. He pauses, looks straight at her, says, "They left because we overpromised and underdelivered. Simple as that." Boom. No fluff, no excuses, just the truth, raw and clear. His boss blinks, nods. Go on. The team leans in. That's the power of simplicity. It doesn't dodge, it digs deeper, right when it counts. Now, Mark's rolling. We chased too many clients, stretched ourselves thin, and client X felt it. He's not reading from notes. He doesn't need to. When your story's simple, you own it. They didn't want excuses, he says. They wanted results, and we dropped the ball. The room's electric, not because he's loud or flashy, but because every word lands. Step 3 is about impact, and impact doesn't need noise. It needs weight. A Stanford study found people trust clear, concise speakers 70% more than ramblers. Mark's not rambling, he's cutting to the bone. Then comes the high note. Mark steps forward. But here's the fix. We focus. He lets that hang, eyes scanning the team. We pick our battles, nail the basics, and stop chasing everything at once. His voice rises, not shouting, but firm. One client, one promise, one win. That's how we come back. The team's nodding, some scribbling notes, others locked on him. This isn't just a presentation. It's a moment. Simple thinking didn't just save Mark. It turned him into a leader, right there, under the gun. Let's zoom out. Why does this work? Because simplicity isn't lazy, it's disciplined. Mark could have thrown up a dozen slides, rattled off stats, played it safe. Instead, he bet on one idea, sharpened it, and swung. That's deep thinking in action, not a flood of thoughts, but a single, piercing one. Ever seen a movie where the hero wins with one perfect shot? That's Mark now, no wild flailing, just precision. And the crazy part? He's not done. The team's hooked, but the clock's still running, and his boss has one more curveball coming. Picture this. She leans forward. Mark, how do we know this'll work? The air tightens. This could unravel everything. But Mark's ready. Because simple's what they trust, he says. Client X didn't leave over complexity. They left because we lost focus. He's calm, unshaken. We get back to basics. We win them back, or someone better. It's a gamble, but it lands. His boss smirks. All right, let's see it. The team exhales, sold. That's step 3, delivering under pressure, turning simplicity into a weapon and walking out taller. So Mark's made it, from chaos to clarity to crushing it. But what about you? That's next. We're tying this up with a bow, showing you how to wield this power yourself. Stay tuned. Mark's still in the hot seat, the projector's glow fading, his team buzzing with what he just pulled off. He's not out of the woods yet. His boss's smirk says there's one last hurdle. All right, Mark, she says. You've got a plan, but can you make it stick? The room holds its breath. This is it, the final stretch. Step 3's delivered the punch. But now he's got to seal the deal. Prove simple thinking isn't just a fluke. He straightens up, ready to bring it home, and so are we. Let's watch this unfold. He doesn't flinch. It sticks because it's real, Mark says, voice steady, eyes locked on her. We stop overcomplicating. We start delivering. That's what they'll see. He's not guessing. He's certain. Client X didn't need a circus of promises. They needed one thing done right. He points back to the slide, that lone 30% still burning red. We lost focus and they walked. We own that, fix that, and we're gold. His words hit like a hammer, not loud, but heavy. The team's scribbling again. His boss's smirk softens. He's turning the tide. Now the room shifts. It's not just a debrief, it's a rally. Here's how we do it, Mark says, stepping closer. We cut the noise, pick our shots, and hit them hard. He's painting a picture. Fewer clients, tighter promises, bigger wins. No more juggling 10 balls and dropping 9, he says. We juggle one, and we nail it every time. The team's eyes light up. They get it. Simple's not just a trick. It's a system. A study from MIT says focused teams outperform scattered ones by 35%. Mark's betting on that, and it's paying off. But then the real twist hits. His boss leans back. What if we can't win client X back? The question's a gut punch. Doubt creeps in, heads turn. Mark doesn't blink. Then we find someone who fits, he says. Someone who trusts simple, who wants results over flash. He's not backing down, he's doubling down. Either way, we don't lose. We learn, we sharpen, we win. That's the clincher. Simplicity's not fragile, it's flexible. The room erupts, not cheers, but murmurs, nods, a quiet fire spreading. His boss grins. You've got a week, show me. Mark's done it. From a guy drowning in sticky notes to a man commanding the room, all with one idea, honed to a razor's edge. He walks out head high, team buzzing behind him. That's the magic. Simple thinking doesn't just solve problems, it builds power. You saw it. Focus gave him clarity. Clarity gave him impact. And impact gave him control. This isn't theory. It's real, raw, and repeatable. Mark's not special. He's just brave enough to strip it down. And you can be too. That's where this lands. Let's bring it home. You've got your own client X, a project, a fight, a choice spinning out of control. Step 1, pick one thing. Step 2, make it clear. Step 3, deliver it hard. That's it. No fluff, no chaos, just you and your shot. Mark turned a disaster into a win in 7 days. Imagine what you could do with this. Simple's not less. It's more distilled. You've seen it work. Now it's your turn to wield it. I'm Jenny, and I've watched this save me too. From overthinking pitches to nailing life's big calls. So here's your move. Try it today. One idea, one sentence, one swing. Then hit that subscribe button for more CogniCode tips to keep your mind sharp every week. Like this, if it clicked, comment your own Client X story. Or don't, just share it with someone who needs it. Next time, we're tackling overthinking with a twist you won't see coming. It's gonna be a riot. See you there.